Well, as we sat down and grabbed the camera, started to talk to you guys, got a call from the hospital, change of plans on the surgery.
Hello and good morning, everyone. Welcome back. It's Tuesday. Today feels like a really big day. We are like, today's like a fortune teller day. Like, what does the future hold for us? Especially when it comes to Krew, because we'll know more once we meet with the doctor later today. First of all, I'm washing our Bettys upstairs. Their zippers, they're amazing. I'm washing them right now and you can hear the zippers going around, so I apologize. Gotta do laundry. You guys, in case you missed it, I actually had several videos about this, not knowing it would lead to what it led to. Last Thursday, Krew with some friends at school was thrown up for a dunk. He dunked and he ended up falling, landing on his face from about 10 feet up. His friend said it was 12 feet, let's just say 11. He fell on his face from 11 feet high. Shortly after that, we took him to the doctor because he was extremely agitated and nauseous. And anyway, we took him to the doctor that evening. Probably about actually 3 hours later, we took him to the doctor. Sent us to the ER. He just had a concussion. He did a series of tests in the emergency room, touching his face, feeling around, checking everything, follow my eyes. He did all the things. Put a stick in his mouth. They tried to break the stick with him biting really hard on the, you know, like those wooden sticks they put in the back of your throat to make you gag when you're doing a strep test. Put one of those in his teeth and they said bite down really hard to try and break the stick. His Krew was really complaining that his teeth hurt. And the doctor said, if this bone was broken, you would not be able to do that. Krew did it. Krew did the test. Fine. We did not get scans in the emergency room. A couple days passed by and I just knew that we had to get scans. I felt it very strongly. A couple of things that had happened. Krew could literally push in the bone right here on his face, not knowing what was going on. Found out yesterday he has a fracture in his face. Then we talked to the doctor and they told us he has 3 broken bones right here. His, I can never remember this word, orbital floor bone is broken. His maxillary bone is broken, and then one that goes to the sinuses. So he's got a lot going on in his face. The end of the term is tomorrow. So Krew did check with the doctor to see if he could go to school today. They said yes. Krew is at school today. I said, do not do anything. And the biggest things he cannot do is do not blow your nose. We were instructed by the doctor yesterday, do not blow your nose. Don't eat anything hard, soft foods until you come in and see us. So they got him in today. Is that important? They had to get him in 24 hours later. Less than 24 hours later. He has an appointment today, 2:30. We're gonna check him out early from school. Brandon and I will take him down to Provo. It's actually the surgeon Brandon has seen before, so we don't know if he needs surgery. He is terrified of surgery. We don't know what's gonna happen. Find out later today, but we're gonna take you guys with us. For now, I'm gonna keep working on laundry. Stay tuned. We're gonna take you guys through the whole thing and let you know our sweet Krew is so incredibly strong, so incredibly brave and tough. I'm actually really anxious for this appointment.
We picked up Krew, as you can see. Wow, half of your face is so jacked, bro. Just kidding. If you guys didn't see yesterday's video, spoiler alert, go back and check it out. Krew, maybe mom kind of referenced all this at the beginning.
I did kind of go over all of it in the open of this video, but
he's having some fun, trying to do a dunk, threw him up in the air, went flying past the rim, about 12 feet in the sky.
Into those details.
Face first. Man, it's actually looking pretty gnarly. Like, it's still pretty dark there in the cheek. Condensing the last few days of our lives here. Days of our lives. You are so bold and beautiful. Think of other soap operas I can say. From concussion to face scans, we've now arrived at a 3 fracture point in our lives where we've got multiple face fractures, 3
right here,
broken bones
on the cheek, and then my sinus bone,
which he can pop in and out of on his own.
Stop, that's disgusting. So we've been referred to a specialist.
Yes.
And this person's fantastic. We've got a little bit of experience here. I've been here for my eye when my eye was sewn shut.
How are you?
really good.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't look so good.
Wait, really? It looks, I mean, I don't look great, so it's not a great representation, but it healed great. The scar was minimal.
It's your left eye, and
I actually trying to remember which eye it was.
Cut out.
And so that I didn't have like any drooping or any like non-symmetry or whatever, he like actually sewed it through the eyelid and up, and then like, so that holds it up, and then Mindy had to take the stitches out. So anyways, this guy specializes in making sure that uninvasive as possible, or I guess so that it doesn't leave like scars. Krew-Badu's biggest concern probably doesn't want to have face surgery, but we're gonna go find out what he thinks of this, what he thinks of how we can get these 3 fractures to heal, because we don't know what that looks like. What do we have to do? So that's what we're going in to find out right now.
We're gonna put a cast on your face.
I want to wear a face mask.
Just
for basketball.
holes for your eyes to blink.
I have a feeling you're going to need to wear a face mask for basketball.
That'd be so cool.
I honestly think that you will, because people who have had less face fractures wear those.
Yeah, that would be so cool.
That'd be so sick.
We are hoping for some good luck right now, though, that this all goes well. We're just looking for answers, and we are ready for whatever the outcome is. How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling good. I just really don't want it to be surgery, but if it has to be, then that's fast recovery. So.
Usually when you have surgery, people bring you lots of treats.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go in.
called the infraorbital nerve. That also then travels through the floor of your eye socket. That nerve has one job, to tell you what you're feeling right here. It controls the feeling of the side of your nose, your cheek, your upper lip, and your top teeth. So when there is a fracture that involves the canal, it puts pressure on that nerve and your nerve starts to send weird signals. Most of the time, people think there's something wrong with their teeth up here. The way that it's broken, I'll show you in the scan in a second. This will either get all the way better relatively quickly from the standpoint of feeling, or it will get worse.
Oh, okay.
The second one is,
So that's just the first break.
so that's the first break.
Okay.
Kind of wraps around and then it goes into the floor right here. The second thing is though, attached just above on the bone right here and goes over top of the nerve and then attaching to your upper lip is the muscle that lifts your lip straight up. So if you look at you closely, you'll notice this lip is lower than this side. And it's not just because this is swollen, it's because that muscle doesn't want to do its job right now. This nerve right here has no motor function. The next part is that you'll see in the scan in a second, it's cracked all the way along and it's moved a little bit, but not by tons. And I got to do a little test to watch something in a second, but this fracture right here, if we were only going to let it heal and we weren't worried about that nerve, if you did nothing for the next 6 weeks and didn't get hit again or fall and clunk your head or anything like that, the actual fracture parts probably heal relatively okay. There's a small little chance that it would make it so your eye wouldn't look up. I'll check something in a second to see that. Your fracture is really kind of borderline, especially the floor fracture, for whether it would have to be fixed. If you get hit again right now, these bones are going to move a lot because they've kind of lost
Well,
them.
he can move the one right here on his own. He didn't know that's what he was doing at the time, though.
He's like pushing on it. He's like, chink, chink, chink.
Yeah, exactly. So I've already kind of discovered that. That's the beginning
It's your party
domino,
trick.
a lot of dominoes. And if you push hard enough or get hit hard enough, it's going to break pretty significantly. If you wanted to get back to your life, then if we did, it wouldn't require much movement, but we were to support the bones with some plates, you could go back to doing anything you want like a couple days after.
Oh, that was
Because your bones would be stronger than they were before you broke them. Other issue is, ready? Because you're young and you're still growing. And people who are young and growing, while the bones are healing, keep the plates supporting them. Once the bones are healed, we take the plates out because we don't want those plates to make the bones not grow down the road because they can slow down the growth. We don't want that. So if we put plates in, we would need to take them out. Earliest we'd take them out is probably 3 months. We'd want to take them out before a year because after that, your body will try to overgrow them. Then we have to use a chisel and hammer to get them out. We don't want that. Your fractures are not hard for me to get to and fix. They're not hard.
How do you get to them?
Get to them from the back of your eyelid. I think I can get to all of yours from the back of your eyelid without having to go underneath your lip. One of the reasons we go behind is, again, we don't want a scar, right? We don't want anyone to be able to tell we had to do this.
You sewed my
There's
eye
no-
shut a long time ago.
I remember you.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I do remember.
Okay.
You had a big purple thing. I remember that.
Yeah.
I have a
Anyways.
photographic memory.
Oh, they freaking, how they do it, pull this open and then they'll just cut right here and then they'll just go down there.
Under his eyelid.
So you're gonna have stitches in your eyelid?
Underneath. He wouldn't see it. It's behind him. Like mine. We are bringing you late breaking updates as they happen in real time because we sat down, grabbed the camera, wanted to bring up to speed. We're able to document and record a lot of the actual appointment, but a lot of that stuff kind of just comes, might go over the head, and I don't know how it's going to come across until I sit down and edit it. So just to be sure, we wanted to sit down, kind of break down what we found out, what's going to happen next, where we are with all these things, how Krew's feeling, that kind of stuff. And as we sat down, we got a phone call from the hospital and have even newer information. So this is the latest and greatest. Hopefully this will this will be the plan, hopefully, moving forward. But in case it wasn't apparent, Krew needs to have surgery on those fractures.
The other option is doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a real option for our family.
It was, can you sit still for 6 weeks? And I mean like painfully still. Or are you the kind of kid who has to get up and move? I was like, oh my gosh. He has not been able to do it for 48 hours. I cannot even imagine 6 weeks. The alternative was the surgery. And so the surgery involves, again, this might be a repeat. Mindy really was able to like get everything they said to us. The surgery involves putting metal plates on the bones that are broken.
Yes, so he'll have 2 for sure, potentially a third. I was explaining the break, you guys.
You can see the one that's like a very obvious, just like a snap. I can't do the second finger, but here you do your finger. Like they're broken. The other ones that he showed us, we were like, okay, so where's the break? And he goes, well, see how it's like just caved in? There's like little Rice Krispie pieces of bone everywhere. I was like,
He broke, like, your cheek is kind of like a triangle here. So he broke this bone. He broke the bottom part of your orbital bone that holds your eyeball in place. So his eye's kind of floating.
he literally said that it's floating in there.
He broke the bone. So in your sinuses, you have 2 little air pockets, which you need. Right now, one of his little air pockets is filled with fluid. They assume blood. That is also cracked. And so he's got a nerve
You guys,
in there. Which
did
that was
anybody
like kind of confusing, but
yes,
I think I get it now.
Well, once he said that, it explained, I don't even know how much of this was ever documented. I do think we mentioned it, but Krew had one major come apart in all of this thing. One time where he was like crying and shaking and in crazy pain. He kept saying his teeth felt like they were getting like pushed out from inside of his face, being like pushed out. And we were like, what? Like, what does that have to, like, is he going crazy? Is that the concussion talking? What is that?
That's what we thought.
So when he explained it, it makes perfect sense that it's right by a nerve that like tells that part of the mouth how to feel. He gave us a lot of scenarios that if we don't do this, this could happen. If we do this, that could happen. And what it came down to, this is like a very fast forwarded version of a lot of just talking it through with Krew. Surgery has a very, very fast recovery. And we'll get to the timeline on that because it's actually fairly miraculous. Or the just waiting it out is a very long recovery. So it's 6 weeks of no activity and then you kind of test it out and see how it goes from there.
If he still got hit in the face later, it could be bad.
And a lot of the doing nothing could result in additional problems. And he's like, none of them are unfixable. Just that, like, you know, we could be back here in 6 months dealing with this. And then like later you find out like, oh, this thing is numb. How can I fix that? But if we do this, I think it's supposed to just knock everything out. Does it real quick. The part that was tough, I do again think this was somewhere in there. You go through the eye, down under your eyelid, under your eyeball to get to
down
the
in there.
break. And that just freaked the heck out of all of us, but especially Krew, who's going to be the one who has to go through it. He'll have the similar sew job, whatever you call that, the stitching afterwards where his eyelids sewn shut.
It starts up here, goes through his eyelids down to here, and then back up. Underneath here is stitched into the inside of his eyelid, and then it comes out here and it's attached to above his eyebrow.
And they actually taught us today, they did a little diagram. It's not actually sewn shut. I said that all the time about mine because it feels like it is, and they did say it will feel like it is.
Where's my Hazel? Is this Hazel?
Yeah.
Come here, you beautiful girl. Oh, come here, come here, come here. Oh, I love you, love you, love you.
That he can't kiss me because he has that.
Look at this weird thing on my face. Yeah.
It's actually on the outside, so it's like from the top here to the bottom, but this eyelid can open and close. It just won't feel like it can because it's not used to having a stitch there. But anyways, so surgery they wanted to schedule for Thursday, which is crazy because we're like, whoa, I was thinking like, you know, a week out or something like that. It's literally this week.
It's the end of term tomorrow. If he does the surgery, it's 2 days recovery. He's back to school next week.
Literally, they have Monday off, which means by the time he went back to school on Tuesday, he could resume full activity, like playing basketball, being crazy in the halls.
I'm gonna be so scared.
Having a couple of buddies toss him up for a dunk. We were actually just saying, thank goodness we didn't plan anything for fall break because we had some non-refundable travel booked. We would have been doing some surgery instead, and that could have been a complication. So maybe there was a purpose for having this weekend open because we're going to be doing recovery with Krew. He's going to have to sit for, and we can talk a lot more about this after the surgery. He's got to sit for 2 straight days, 48 hours, right? Of ice 24/7, literally through the night.
Like my only job will be to fill ice all day long.
We have to like wake up, put ice pack on it, middle of the night. A lot of babying it for 48 hours. But then the miracle of it all is that he will go back to school on Tuesday, fully recovered, fully capable of getting involved in activities, can study. The concussion is looking good.
Like,
that was the plan. We're going to move forward with the surgery. We talked with Krew about it.
I let him make the decision because
he doesn't want to do the
IV,
IV, doesn't love needles, doesn't love the idea of going through his eye, doesn't love the idea of having like the stitch through his eye, but he also likes even less 6 weeks of inactivity. I think he really likes the idea of getting it fixed in like a one-stop shop thing where you're ready to go back to life 2 days later. Pretty miraculous, honestly. And the fact that it lined up with fall break seems too perfect. Well, as we sat down, grabbed the camera, started talking to you guys, got a call from the hospital, change of plans on the surgery.
We're doing it tomorrow.
Yeah, they want to get him in even earlier. So now, tomorrow, surgery day, going down.
He's feeling a little stressed. Tomorrow is the official last day of the term, and I think he had work
timing
he wanted
is
to do.
so rough. Like he was trying to finish a test, and we checked him out too early.
Counselor.
Yeah.
I'll email his teachers tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has not been great
It's
timing.
been, and I just think it's continued to compound and become crazier each time we get a new update on it because it started off like, oh, headache, then concussion seemed pretty serious, then 1 fracture seemed pretty serious, 3 fractures seemed incredibly serious, metal plates in your face and a surgery. We are now maxing out serious.
We're putting the plates in, but because he is still such a growing boy, his growth plates are very much still open. He has to go back in 3 months and have the plates removed because otherwise the bones will grow over the plates and his face will become like kind of deformed and not grow.
They'd have to like chisel out the plates if they wanted
So
to
we
go
have
get
to
them
do
later.
this surgery again.
Doing this again coming up really soon, actually. I think that covers pretty much all of it. The biggest shock factors for us were when they showed the other breaks that weren't like the clean, simple, easy to see break. It's just like crumble. It's like it crushed his face. I just cannot imagine the impact that must have been to cause that severe of breaking in his face. And I also just cannot get over how tough this dude has to be to have passed like the bite the popsicle stick test with a completely fractured face.
Don't even get me started. He hasn't even been having ibuprofen the last few days. Just been telling him, are you good? Do you need ibuprofen? He's like, no, I'm good.
Tell him I want to be as tough as him when I grow up, but I think it's too late.
I don't know that you're ever going to grow up.
Guys, what up? It's me, Red Guy. My dad is in bed. He has like this face mask on. on. I helped him up the stairs. He's having like bloody tears. It's super weird.
Wrapping this day up. Tomorrow, as we had just told you, is the surgery day, which means cutting off eating right now.
Cannot eat after 11. It gave us this as an option. Reduces swelling and inflammation. Like,
Pre-surgery.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Do I do this?
Is the plan. Cut off the eating by having you have this as your last kind of thing. Wanted to get this in his system. Told that it could help with swelling, inflammation, things like that. The post-surgery recovery goes a lot smoother, faster. Having that, then he won't eat again. And then we are waiting for a phone call to let us know when the surgery is.
Yeah,
We
I still
honestly
haven't
don't
gotten
know.
it.
We just know it's tomorrow. They didn't tell
I'm
us the
gonna
time
wake up
yet.
at 6 a.m. to see. I don't know when they'll call. Like, is
Wait.
it when you have a baby? They call super early?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either.
So
They did tell Krew he should focus his thoughts for the next 2 days because
don't think of any secrets. Don't dwell on secrets.
he has truth ceremonies.
Because he's
coming
about
up.
to go under the influence of truth serum,
Are
baby.
you ready?
I'm
Are you
so
gonna
ready.
reveal your recent crush?
Don't have one, but
know.
yeah.
Smile. It felt like the left side wasn't
Yeah, the
moving.
left side doesn't go up. I talked today in a video for my
Yeah,
science
I'm
teacher,
noticing it for the
and
first
talks
time.
like
So
that.
smile.
Okay, but here's what's crazy. So the smile's okay.
I have to work extra
But he
hard.
mentioned that in the appointment today. I don't know if we talked about that, but his
I was
left side
talking
was
to my mom
not.
about that, and I
it
can't
was
remember
down.
what they said. Will the surgery fix that?
I feel like he said that part will eventually be okay on its own, but the upper
Oh, that's
one
right.
with the
Hey,
connection
I've
to the
always
teeth
had
won't.
that.
Crew's
So I don't
kind
think
of
it'll go
always
back to
had a
normal.
little bit of an.
I think it makes it kind of look like a
one.
smirk, you know,
I
like
actually
a.
think it's one of my favorite things about Krew. It's like swagger, you know, like
Yeah,
hey,
dude.
lady.
So are face
Okay,
plates.
lady.
Good night, everybody.
Come back tomorrow.
Surgery day. Last time without metal plates in there. How long do we do this for? Do you think? Grace?
We're done.
And now.
I'm gonna leave and let Dad just rest here. He has to have his head like up. I'll just let him rest here and we'll go downstairs and play with friends or something.